The movie starts off with Will Traynor being blissfully happy with his beautiful fiancée. It's obvious that he's rich and high society. It's raining, but he wants to leave for work. He wants to take his motorcycle, but his girlfriend Alicia tells him he can't. He doesn't and starts walking to work while talking on his cell phone. He's distracted and gets hit by a motorcycle. He gets paralyzed from the neck down. 2 years later, we see Lou Clark, a waitress in a cafe. She's super nice and chatty and helpful to everybody. At the end of the day, the owner gives her a final paycheck, says he's sorry, and closes the cafe because they have run out of business. Losing her job is bad because Lou lives with her parents, her sister, and her sister's child. Her family is struggling with money, and Lou's firing couldn't have come at a worse time. Her parents are desperate because they need more money, so Lou starts searching for positions that would be good for her. The problem is that there's a shortage of jobs in her city. Her boyfriend, Patrick, an athletic young entrepreneur, suggests that Lou looks for a job as soon as possible. But Lou has difficulties because she doesn't have many qualifications. She used to toast tea cakes at a bakery. At the employment agency she goes to, there is almost nothing that she can do with her level of experience. Luckily for her, there is one job that may fit her expectations. The officer at the agency tells her that the position is for care and companionship for a disabled man, and it pays really well, though she will need to change her clothing style. She will have to drive, feed, and assist the man in question for 6 months only. It's the 5th time they are trying to hire someone. They are really desperate. Louisa instantly accepts the opportunity. Back at home, her mother helps her to dress more appropriately with a short skirt, a blouse, and a jacket. It's completely opposite to Lou's style, which she hates. Later, she takes the bus to the Traynor's castle, where Will's mother, Camilla, is waiting for her. Lou interviews with Will's mother, who doesn't seem to like her initially, but Lou's witty banter impresses Will's mom, and she gets the job. During the interview, we also meet Will's dad, and it's clear there is tension between Will's parents. Will's mom tells her Will isn't to be left alone for more than 15 minutes. During the interview, Lou's skirt rips up the side and she tries to hide it. Will's mom takes Lou to meet Will. He's with Nathan, a nurse who stays with him at night. Basically, Lou's job is to be with Will all day until Nathan gets back from other patients. Before opening the doors to Will's room, Camilla explains that he has good and bad days. When they enter the room, Lou sees Will. His hair is shoulder length and he has a full beard, different from his well-kept appearance from before the accident. He narrows his eyes at Louisa, and when she introduces herself, he starts making weird noises and faces that make everyone in the room uncomfortable. Camilla pleads for him to stop, and after some time, mocking Louisa, he does. He introduces himself and points out her ripped skirt, while Louisa tries to hide it. Will is not welcoming at all. Louisa isn't very encouraged after the first encounter, but her family is so happy with the news she got a good job that she's determined to do her best. Lou comes back the next day and Will is mean to her. He says they should just leave each other alone. Anything Louisa suggests they do, Will denies with a sarcastic remark. 10 days go by like this, and Louisa is sick of the job. Every day she tries to approach and talk to Will, but Will is a jerk to her. He's always cranky or has something bad to say about her. Lou hates her job and cries about it with Trina at home. Trina, her sister, gives Lou a pep talk and turns her around. Trina also lets Lou know that she's going off to college again and the family needs Lou's job. With a new vigor, Lou goes to work, does witty banter with Will, and starts to win him over. He slowly starts to open up to her. At some point, Will's old girlfriend stops by with her new fiancé, who happens to be Will's old best friend. Lou brings them coffee, and she overhears Alicia telling Will that she and his best friend are together now. Will is understandably mean to them, and he breaks all his portraits in a fit of anger. Louisa rushes towards him and tells him to not move while she cleans things up. Later that day, Louisa complains to her boyfriend Patrick about the whole situation. She cannot believe that his ex-girlfriend and friend could do that to him. Patrick disagrees with her. He thinks if it were him in that situation, he wouldn't be able to spend the rest of his life like that. The next day, Louisa tries to fix Will's portraits, and he gets mad at her about it. This time though, instead of just smiling like she always does, she claps back at him, saying that he doesn't need to be rude and mean all the time. That shuts Will up since it's probably the first time someone doesn't pity him and puts him in his place. As the days go by, Their relationship improves. Will stops being mean, they watch foreign movies together and have wholesome conversations. One day, they are at the hospital when Louisa finds out Will never get better because of his numerous health problems. She is surprised because she thought Will would get better after physical therapy. Months pass by, and it's winter now. One day, Will gets the chills, and Louisa has to stay with him through the night. While he's sleeping, she grabs his notebook and watches a video he had made before the accident. In the video, Will jumps off cliffs, snowboards, and does all kinds of extreme sports. When he wakes up, Will tells her about the accident. Will also tells Lou that she should enjoy her life more after she tells him that she was supposed to go to university and study fashion, which she loves, but her family needed help. Later that day, Lou finds out that Will wants to die via assisted suicide in Switzerland. He told his mom that he'd wait 6 months. She overhears Will's parents arguing about it. His father agrees, but his mother doesn't want to lose her son. What is worse, it's not the first time Will tries to end his life. Lou is bummed by that and takes it as a challenge to try to get him to change his mind. She starts planning all kinds of outings for Will. The first outing is to the horse races. Lou does a video call with Trina to decide what to wear. They settle on a red dress that really impresses Will. Lou bets on a horse that Will says won't win. She's very optimistic until the horse gets stuck coming out of the gate and seems to wander around the racetrack like a drunkard. Will seems like he had a good time when they get home because he wants to sit in the car for a while and be a man who was just out to the races with a girl wearing a red dress. Lou gets Will to go to other places. She gets him to let her shave his beard. He surprises her by having his mangy hair cut neatly. At some point, they talk about her fashion sense, and Lou tells Will a story about having black and yellow striped leggings as a young girl and never taking them off. Lou's birthday comes around, and her parents invite Will to their house for dinner, which he accepts. They're all nice during dinner and have witty banter. When it's time for gifts, Lou's parents give her a photo album of pictures from when she was growing up. She loves it. Patrick gives her a specially made necklace that has his name on it. She's polite about it. Then Will gives her a gift that's black and yellow leggings. Well, she goes crazy over them and goes to put them on right away. It's pretty obvious that she likes them the most. Patrick starts to think that she and Will like each other. Will asks if he can take Louisa somewhere, and she says yes. They go to his favorite place in his childhood, a place in the castle where he used to play a lot. There, he confesses to Louisa that the best place on earth is Paris, and that he remembers the times he went there in the past to eat croissants and drink coffee, while pretty French girls stared at him. Louisa suggests they go there together, but Will doesn't want to go to a place where he had such good memories and taint it. Louisa's eyes fill with tears as she listens to him. Will surprises her, though, when he says that he wants to go to Alicia's wedding with her. The following day, Louisa is there working when there's a knock on the door. A strange man walks in, and Will tells Lou that he wants to talk to the man privately. She's too curious and Googles the name of the man and finds out he's a lawyer that specializes in wills. This shocks both Louisa and Will's mom because they thought that Will had given up the idea of dying. On the wedding day, both Louisa and Will look beautiful. Later, at the reception, Will's former co-worker, seeing Lou, remarks that Will's life isn't so bad if he's dating a woman like her. Louisa, who isn't used to receiving compliments about her appearance, doesn't understand that the man was complimenting her. Will makes sure to tell her straight, though, that she looks beautiful. Later that night, the dance floor is free for the guests, so Louisa invites Will for a dance. She sits on his lap while he controls his wheelchair, which makes the upper-class guests appalled at their improper behavior. Neither of them care about what other people are thinking. Will asks Louisa to come closer because she smells amazing. Then he jokes that she has never put her breasts so close to his face, to which she replies that he would have never even looked at her breasts if he wasn't in a wheelchair. He would be looking for the leggy blonde like Alicia, while Louisa would be serving drinks. Will agrees with her. Will then confesses to her that she is the only thing that makes him want to get up in the morning. Louisa tells him that they should go somewhere together, anywhere he wants, just the two of them. They spend that night at a hotel together, though nothing romantic happens. When they return home, Will's sweating, which means his body is having issues, but he doesn't care. He had a really nice time with Louisa, and that's all that matters. The next day, Lou is arguing with her boyfriend when she receives a message that Will's at the hospital because of pneumonia. Louisa goes running there and stays at the hospital until Will wakes up. Will gets sick and can't go on this big trip that Lou had planned. Lou is sad, but plans another trip that the doctors agree to. Nathan goes with them. They all have lots of fun. At night, Will asks Louisa to stay with him in his bedroom, and she accepts. When she helps settle Will on the bed, she's close to his face, and they slowly kiss and spend the night together. The next day, Will convinces Louisa to go scuba diving. Then, at night, they are stargazing at the beach when Louisa sits on Will's lap and they kiss again. Will sees that they are getting too close, and he says he has to tell her something. He is going to tell her about his plans of passing away, but Louisa interrupts him and says that she already knows. Louisa begs him not to end his life and that she can make him happy. Will refuses, saying that now his life is a struggle and he doesn't want to tie Louisa down. Louisa pleads with him to give their relationship a chance. Will says that it's pointless. He doesn't want Lou to wake up one day resenting him, that she should have a life with someone else. Louisa can't accept it. She calls him selfish because he wants her to witness the worst thing, which is to see him take his life. Before she goes away and leaves him alone, she tells him that she regrets taking the job and meeting him. Will yells after her, but she doesn't return. They go back home the following day, and things are very awkward between them. When they arrive, Will's parents are there, waiting for them. Will's father suggests they go eat at a restaurant, but Louisa refuses and leaves. Camilla goes after her, and Louisa apologizes and tells her they don't need to pay her. Camilla cries as Lou boards a bus and leaves. It hits her that Will didn't change his mind, not even for Lou. During dinner with her parents, Lou's mother can't believe that Will's parents are willing to let their son take away his life. She thinks it's wrong and doesn't want Louisa to be part of it because it is murder. Later, her father comforts her by saying that it's not Louisa's fault that Will didn't change his mind and that you can't change who people are. He also informs her that they left for Switzerland that morning. Lou wonders if she has made a mistake by not going with them. So her father suggests that she calls them. Maybe there's time for her to go. Louisa's sister takes her to the train station. Then she goes to where Will and his parents are. Louisa arrives at the beautiful home and goes in and sees Will lying down on the bed. His parents are with him, but they leave to give them privacy. Louisa lies down next to him and asks him to tell her something good. He sings her the same song she sang him months before. They stare at each other as he sings. Then they kiss for the last time. Next, with tears flowing down his cheeks, Will asks Louise to call his parents back. It's time. Weeks later, after Will's death, she receives a letter with instructions for her to go to Paris. She goes there and does as Will asks her to. The final scene is Lou sitting in a cafe in Paris and reading a note from Will. It was one of his favorite places that he wouldn't go back to after his accident because it would only make him sad. He tells her to be happy and go see the world. He also tells her that when she returns home, his lawyer, the same one she had seen at his home the previous months, will give her access to a bank account with enough money that she can do whatever she wants moving forward. She heads off to her next stop and is wearing the black and yellow striped leggings that Will got her for her birthday.